Hello, everyone. We are Don't Mess with the Mamas, MOMMAS, with our motto. You are the protagonist of your life, not the victim of your destiny. And today, it's so special because this is our 1 year anniversary. And which means that we are doing, this is our 52nd episode. And today we have Johnny Mitchell here, who we started with the first 19 episodes. So it's really historical that she's here and brought her amazing grandson, Boaz, who just had his 16th birthday. So he is a Gen Alpha and our future. This is called, this episode, Words from Our Future. And we're really happy that Boaz is here with us today. Thank you so much, Boaz. We really appreciate it. So our first question is, you are growing up in very different times from how we grew up. What are some of the major issues that people your age are facing today? What do you think?
Well, that's a good question. I think young people today are facing a lot of issues both inside and out. Societally, a lot of older people dominate the government and different types of industries.
Yes.
So it's hard for younger people to get in, and especially in a world where AI is being used more in industry and in corporations, junior level jobs are getting taken over by AI, which is leading to younger people having a harder time getting in. And
Absolutely.
also, even though we live in a more progressive time, there are a lot of mental health issues that are plaguing the youth right now that I feel like are going unaddressed. And also, just the fact that there's so much easy access to the internet these days and social media makes it a lot harder to just kind of have thoughts for oneself in a time like this.
I see. Wow. And can you just, before Carla asks the next question, what kind of mental health issues would you say? Is it loneliness, isolation, comparing us? I don't know. What do you think?
I think all of those play some kind of part in it. I've heard a lot about anxiety, about insecurities, like you said, comparing oneself to others. There's actually been a bit of a loneliness epidemic happening lately, not because of the lack of a chance to talk to other people, but just because people feel isolated even in groups.
Wow. So your question, of
Okay.
course, is, thank you.
How can, my question is going to be, how can adults best support young people?
And she's going to have to speak real loud because we have to share a microphone because one of the microphones didn't charge. You know us.
Well, how can we support young people?
Well, I mean, I think there's no perfect solution for how adults can support young people. And assuming just like parents to children, teachers to students, all of that stuff, I think the best thing is just to be able to have honest, open conversations with children and teens without judging on either side. But I mean, you can't confirm or guarantee that, but just trying to make it so there's the least amount of judgment possible, staying open to others' perspectives, and allowing them to have their space to say who they are and what they want and what they're dealing with.
Okay.
What a great, your answers are amazing. You know, we really are listening to the future here. Absolutely. Boaz, was bullying ever an issue in middle school, elementary school? Was that something that was talked about as you were growing up, or you experienced, maybe not yourself, but others?
I would say it's a pretty rampant issue today. I went to a private elementary school, so I can't speak much on that because the student body was just really limited. But I went across a few middle schools for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and it just seems like both from my experience and from those of my friends that went to other middle schools, it's kind of impossible to escape some malicious actors out there who just, I guess, are going through a tough time in their teen years or their tween years and just can't help but make it a trouble for other people.
But you didn't personally experience bullying so much.
I would say, I mean, I had some run-ins with people who wanted to make fun of me, bully me, but I didn't let it affect me too much.
That's great. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Thank you.
So now let me ask you another question. How can young people help each other?
How can young people help each other? That's a bit more of a complicated one because I feel like young people try to help each other a lot, but they don't really know how how to go about it. I think it's a lot of the same things I said about adults trying to help young people, where it's just make sure to be open to other perspectives and stuff like that. But at the same time, a lot of young people don't do their research, I feel. They just talk about things like, I don't know, I see a lot of people self-diagnosing mental conditions online and stuff like that. And they don't do the sufficient amount of research needed, and also don't understand that they don't know everything.
Wow.
So they need to know what they don't know at the same time.
Wow.
Okay.
These are such great
That's
answers.
good.
Oh my
That's
gosh. Wow. So growing up in social media, and you are a digital native, unlike us. And what are some positives and negatives of social media? And you kind of touched
Yeah.
on it already, but what would you say?
But I'd love to go more in depth on it.
Thank you.
While I'd say that I'll start with the positives, it promotes a lot of creativity and just expansion of what people want to do with their lives, I feel. I see a lot of people having a space to express themselves and to create the things they've always wanted to create that wouldn't have existed without social media or the internet. I see a lot of people making friends that maybe they don't really have the in-person social skills that they'd be able to make, or they just never meet each other because they live across the world or something like that. But at the same time, there's a lot of stereotypes and beauty standards physically when you look at it, and just like things that are romanticized on social media that I feel are negatively influencing people who are mentally developing still. And like I said, even in a world where you can technically talk to anybody at any time, it promotes loneliness and isolation to have a place where it seems like some people are more elevated than others just because of their popularity level, I feel.
No, I just wanted to throw something in.
Yeah.
I was with my daughter this weekend, and I asked her about, these same questions, and she said that, young people, are influenced by, celebrity, and you should look like this, you should have this kind of home, education, social status. And she brought out something that each person is unique. You don't have to fit in. You are unique in your own self,
That's
in your
right.
own right, and you should enjoy it. Because there's only one of you. There's
Right.
nobody else like you in the whole universe. You are unique.
So you were asking about.
Oh, what do you think about AI? I love it for what it can do. Okay.
And I have a question about it, and I know our son, who's a computer guy, doesn't use it, and at all.
I'm pretty polarized about AI, I'd say. I'm pretty far on one side of the spectrum, but I'll start with what I like about it. It is very fascinating just as a technological development. There's a lot of things that it can do. I've seen like examples of people who can't do things on their own that AI can help them. It can provide what's needed. But at the same time, I feel like there are a lot of companies that are diving headfirst into AI and using it for purposes that I just can't agree with. Because while it does have its use cases, the fact that they're trying to push it into every little crevice of every little app and website and even job is causing problems for our economy, and as the subject of this, for the youth. Because I see a lot of people who, I don't know, maybe they don't feel like they know how to draw, so they just start typing prompts into an AI image generator instead of actually learning. They don't know how to program, so they just ask AI to make something for them. It can make things that resemble a real image or a real program, and it can even do it pretty well, especially with programs. But that it doesn't ever replace the actual human touch, because an AI image never really looks like a human drew it. An AI program never really acts like a human programmed it. An AI essay never really reads like a human wrote it.
So would you say you're in the minority or majority of people your age? Because this is great what you're saying, and kind of we thinking maybe the AI bros, the tech bros who are making the billions of dollars are kind of forcing it on everyone. And I think what I'm reading is that, a lot of your age or a little older are saying, no, we don't
Yeah.
want it. Well, what do you think? I mean, is that what you think that you represent your age group, or what do you think?
I'm not sure. I think there are people in my age group that do support AI and people that don't support how it's being used. I think it's also a complex issue because some people just think it's a bad technology in general, which I was in that camp, but after reevaluating, I feel it has its use cases. But at the same time, yes, I do think there are a lot of people in my age group that agree with me. But if there weren't people that disagreed, then we wouldn't have an issue to begin with.
That's right, absolutely. Yeah, you thought it was a bad technology in the beginning. In what way?
I don't know, I saw the way that it's been taking a lot of jobs, the way that it's been kind of used on social media a lot to replace actual content and just farm views, just try to get as many views as possible and just for financial purposes, and just the way that a lot of chat bots have just been pushed into search engines and stuff like that. Not even just search engines, just any app you can think of.
Everywhere, yeah.
And you don't even need to ask for it. It's just already there giving you its opinion when you never asked for it.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, sometimes with Siri, I find that my sister has her phone and it's supposed to respond to her voice, but I'll say something and it will answer me. But why? What are you doing? Why are you listening in on this conversation? You weren't invited.
Yeah, and the other day, Chuck threw out a pair of jeans, and suddenly I get an ad for Wrangler. I said, why? It's Siri always, I mean, Alexa especially listening to everything. But
Oh, you don't even get me started on Alexa, because Alexa, I recently found out they started putting generative AI in, which is the AI everyone's talking about, the one
Right.
that can make things into they started putting it into Alexa. So I just sometimes over the past years when I've had an Amazon Echo, I've sometimes just said things to Alexa knowing she can't really respond. And one day I just say something to her and she has a response catered specifically to that, and I'm like, okay,
whoa,
that's creepy. Why are you doing
very
that?
creepy. Wow.
I've had arguments with my AI. I've
gosh.
had arguments, yes.
So, Boaz, really, you are so well spoken, and Johnny, your grandmother was telling us how well you're doing, and Boaz goes to one of the top high schools in the nation, Academic Magnet High School, and it's a wonderful, wonderful school, very rigorous, and you're doing really well, and you're so well spoken. So, do you have any idea what dreams you have for your future? Is it too early to ask you this? Should we look at presidential candidate for the future?
In seventh grade, the teachers actually said I was most likely to be president. I got
Oh,
that super,
wow.
but
Well,
that's not exactly where my dreams are now. I actually I've for the past few years I've wanted to grow up to be like a programmer or a software engineer,
Great.
which is going to be a little more difficult in the AI age. But I found that there's a lot of positions that are still open, and I really enjoy programming, even if an
Great.
AI could do it for me.
Wonderful. Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah. And I think things will change a lot. Now the new research is saying that there are going to be so many more jobs available, so we really don't really know. I mean, people are still kind of figuring it out. It's such a new, yes, exciting. Maybe president and programmer / president. Okay, and you have
So, the last question, what message would you like to leave us with?
Well, I'd like to leave us with a message that even in times of strife, even in times of rapid development technologically, economically, even in times of great stability, our own selves, creatively, emotionally, intuitively, we always find a way to shine through. Even when other people seem to try to push us down, the individual, no matter who that individual is, will always shine through in whatever society. And we need to take advantage of that, even if whatever is encroaching on our world, on our nation, whatever is here to stay, we can do whatever we can to fight back, to make things better for ourselves and for the people around us.
You are so well spoken. You don't rule out presidential future, because that really is wonderful. I mean, that's such a great, inspiring message, because really, you are the future. I mean, there's nobody else but you guys. We're really looking forward to a brand new future where people really respect each other and ourselves. And everything you said was wonderful, wonderful. Gosh, thank you so much. And we always conclude with encouraging words, and kind of you kind of led right into it. So
Okay.
the encouraging words for today are: all children are gems full of precious potential. There is hope in every child, since life itself is full of hope. Should the hopes of children be stifled or broken, that would be our responsibility as adults. And this is President Ikeda speaking. It pains my heart to see what goes on in today's society. I do not want to see the eyes of children darkened with fear and clouded with tears of sorrow. Society must be absolutely transformed. Children are mirrors that reflect adult society. When adults are ailing and their vision clouded, children will also suffer. Let us wipe away the tears of sorrow from the face of each child. We must protect children and give them courage, strength, and vitality. It is parents who nurture children, the hope of humanity. How noble parents are. What a great mission and responsibility they fulfill. So once again, we are so, so happy. Everything you said is like gems and diamonds, really. We can't wait till we promote this, which will be our first year anniversary episode. So once again, Boaz, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we are
Don't
Mess with the Mamas, MOMMAS. And you can find us on all major platforms. You can listen to us, you can hear us, and you can write to us at mamas, MOMMAS.podcast@gmail.com. And you can leave comments on YouTube. You can leave comments on TikTok, Instagram, and wherever you'd like. But thank you so much once again. And Johnny, thank you so much for having such an amazing grandson. And once again, our 52nd episode, 1-year anniversary, and we celebrate it with our future.
Thank you.
Right here with us. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.